The last time I spoke to my ex-boyfriend, he dropped off a box of my stuff and said, "I hope you find what you're looking for." I wanted to say something, anything, but the look on his face told me he'd already let go long before I ever admitted I was still holding on. Let me tell you what happened. It's been almost a year now, but I still remember every damn detail.
I'm 35.
I've lived in Scranton, Pennsylvania, my whole life. Not by choice exactly. It's where I was born, where I work, where everything stayed the same. That's why meeting Jason felt different. He was from Pittsburgh, moved here for a job in logistics. Tall, calm, didn't talk too much. He listened. At first, that felt like safety. We met at a friend's cookout. I was sitting near the fire pit, drinking a White Claw, and he sat down next to me with a craft beer and said, "What's your story?" I laughed. We talked for hours. I told him I did marketing for this small family-owned furniture store off Mussick Street. He said he worked in shipping management but wanted to do something more creative. I thought that meant something back then. We started dating a week later. At first, it was great. We'd cook together, binge bad crime shows, take little weekend trips. He was quiet, but thoughtful. He left notes in my lunch sometimes. He never raised his voice. He didn't cheat. He didn't lie. At least not then. But after year 4, something started to crack. It was small stuff at first. He stopped texting me during the day. He'd be too tired to talk about anything serious. He started going out alone more. I tried to tell myself it was just a rough patch. Then it got worse. I'd bring up the future, marriage, a house, and he'd shrug. "We'll see," he'd say, staring at his phone. He stopped touching me.
No quises good night.
No hand on my back when we walked. Just cold. I asked if something was wrong, and he'd say, "Why are you always looking for problems?" We never really fought. That was part of the problem. He didn't argue, he just shut down. He'd disappear for hours. Once, for a full day. No calls. No text.
Came home like nothing happened.
When I asked where he'd been, he just said, "Needed space." And I stayed. 6 years together. I thought that meant something. I thought we were building a life. Then one night, he walked in after work, tossed his keys on the counter and said, "I think we're done." No fight.
No cheating scandal.
No warning. Just flat and cold. "I think we've grown apart," he said. "I don't feel it anymore." I couldn't breathe. I begged him not to give up. I told him we could go to therapy, that I'd change whatever he needed me to. I cried so hard my face hurt. He just stood there looking tired. "You're not the problem," he said. "But I'm tired of pretending." He moved out 2 weeks later. No dramatic goodbye. Just a truck, a friend, and boxes. I didn't date after that.
Didn't sleep much either.
My appetite disappeared. My friends tried to distract me, but I didn't want to talk. I wasn't ready. I didn't want closure. I wanted him to feel what I was feeling. 3 months passed. No calls. No texts. I watched him online, new pictures, new friends. He looked free. Then one day, I heard a knock at the door. It was Jason. He was holding a cardboard box. He looked like he hadn't slept, or maybe he just didn't care anymore. "These are your things," he said. I found them in my closet. I took the box without saying a word. My old hoodie, a few books, a candle we bought in Cape May, my cheap hairbrush. Stuff he could have thrown out. He looked at me, no sadness, no hate.
"Just done."
"I hope you find what you're looking for," he said. Then turned and walked away. And that was it. The end. Except it wasn't. Because I realized something right then. He was already gone long before I ever let go. And I wasn't ready to move on. I was ready to make him pay.
So here's what I did.
At first, I just wanted to know who he was now. Not in a cute I miss you way. I needed to see if he had already replaced me. I needed to see how fast he let go. I still had access to one of his old streaming accounts. We'd set it up on my TV, and he never changed the password. So I checked his watch history. New shows I'd never seen. Romantic comedies, oddly enough. Ones I knew he would have made fun of if I picked them. Then I did what I said I wouldn't do. I made a burner Instagram account. No followers, no posts, just a picture of a sunset from Google and a fake name, Marla. Within a few days, I saw he had accepted the follow. He was posting now, something he never did when we were together. Pictures at bars, pictures with new people. Then, 2 weeks later, I saw her. Blonde, thin, tan like she spent every weekend at Lake Wallenpaupack. She was in his photo. He had his arm around her and they were both holding drinks. I clicked her profile. Real account. Not private. Her name was Bethany. She worked at a real estate office downtown. I stared at her pictures for hours. She was the type who wore floppy hats in the fall and posted Sunday Funday selfies with a mimosa in hand. I didn't hate her for being with him. I hated that she looked like everything I wasn't. I needed to do something. But not just anything. I didn't want to scream at him, or key his car, or pull some high school stunt. I wanted him to feel what I felt. The slow unraveling. The sick feeling in your stomach that something is wrong and you can't fix it. So I watched. For weeks, I watched. Where they went, what they did, what she posted. Then I saw it. She had tagged his name in a story that showed a new apartment. Our new place. With a heart emoji. My chest got tight. That fast? We were 6 years, and he moved in with her in 3 months? I didn't cry this time. I got cold. Focused. I started planning. First, I got to know Bethany through her posts through old coworkers who knew her. Turns out, she used to date one of the guys from Jason's gym. Small world, right? I reached out to him. His name was Kyle. I told him I was writing a piece about local gym culture, I wasn't, and asked if I could ask him a few questions. He was flattered. We met for coffee. He didn't know who I was. I brought up Bethany casually, and his eyes rolled. She's a lot, he said. She's fun, but don't let that sweet girl act fool you. I kept pushing gently, like I wasn't invested. She cheated on me with my roommate, he finally said. I caught her in the act. My heart skipped. I played dumb. Wait, what? Bethany. He nodded. She's not as clean as she looks. She lies. Like, a lot. But she always gets guys to believe her. That's when I knew exactly what I was going to do. I didn't need to destroy Jason's car or post some online rant. I needed to do something slower, quieter, something that would eat away at him until he couldn't sleep. I needed him to look at Bethany the way I used to look at him, like he was starting to realize she might not be who he thought she was. So I started planting seeds. I'll explain exactly how I did that next. I knew it had to be subtle. If I made one wrong move, he'd figure out it was me. And that would kill everything. I didn't want him mad. I wanted him doubting. I wanted him lying awake at 2 a.m., wondering if the woman he moved in with was hiding something. So I went slow. First step, I made another burner Instagram. This one wasn't for watching. It was for messaging. I made it look like some random local girl. Normal posts, not too flashy. A few pictures of food, a gym selfie, a dog. Then I followed both Jason and Bethany. She followed back. He didn't. That was fine. I started liking her posts. Then I sent her a DM, casual and sweet. Hey, just saw your new place post, congrats. I think I toured that building once, super cute. Small world though. I think I know your boyfriend, lol. She responded fast. OMG, really? How? I told her he looked familiar from the gym. That maybe we'd matched on Hinge a while back. That I couldn't be sure. She brushed it off. Said, haha, he doesn't even use that app anymore. Then I let it go cold. 2 days later, I made another account. A male one. I used stock photos. Carefully edited. This one was for Jason. I followed Bethany again too. This time, I messaged him. Hey man, not sure if this is weird, but just a heads up, I think your girl used to mess with my roommate. Not my business, just thought I'd say something. I deleted the account an hour later. Next week, I did it again. Another account. Another message. You ever ask her about her ex, Kyle? You probably should. Not trying to start drama. Good luck, bro. Jason didn't post for days after that. Bethany did, though. She posted a picture of them at dinner, but something about it felt forced. Like she was performing. Then I got lucky. She tagged the restaurant. And the server who worked that night? My cousin's best friend. I reached out. I saw your post about that couple, do they tip well? I joked. He replied, the guy was fine, but she was a nightmare. Argued over the bill. Kept checking his phone when he went to the bathroom. That's when I pushed it further. I made another fake message to Jason. Simple. She was texting someone else at dinner. Don't ask me how I know. Just think twice. After that, Bethany's posts slowed down. Jason didn't post for over 2 weeks. Not even stories. Then I saw something new. Bethany posted a quote. Sometimes the person you love the most is the one you should trust the least. No pictures.
No tags.
A few days later, I checked his Venmo, still public. A payment to someone labeled rent my half. That told me everything I needed. They weren't splitting it anymore. I smiled. But I wasn't done yet. Jason needed to know what it felt like to have your world slowly collapse. To keep asking yourself if it was your fault. To wonder if maybe you missed the signs. He was just getting started.
So was I.
About a month passed. No new photos. No more couple tags. Bethany deleted every post with a minute. Jason's page was dark. But I wasn't celebrating yet. I needed proof. I needed to know the cracks I made had turned into something real. I didn't want just a breakup. I wanted fallout. I wanted truth exposed in a way that left scars. So I walked into the real estate office where Bethany worked. No appointment, just confidence and a fake name. Hi, I smiled. I'm looking to move into the area. Hoping someone can show me a few places. Bethany was the one who walked out from the back. She smiled like I was nobody. She didn't recognize me. That told me everything I needed to know. I kept the act going. We sat at her desk. She pulled up listings. I pretended to scroll while studying her. Then I asked, like it was casual, so how's the market? Seems like it's not just houses breaking apart lately. She paused. Just for a second. Then smiled again.
Yeah.
It's a weird time for everybody. I leaned closer. Did Jason ever ask you about Kyle? Or the dinner at DeLuca's? Or the Hinge account? That smile dropped.
What?
I didn't blink. You lied to him. A lot. I just gave him a flashlight. You dug your own hole. She stood up, jaw tight. Who the hell are you? I'm the last person who really knew him, I said. And now? So does he. I left without another word. The next week, Jason texted me. First time since the box. Jason. Did you do all that? The messages? The fake accounts? I didn't reply for a day. When I finally did, I just sent. You left me empty. I filled that space with truth. You should thank me. He didn't respond. But I wasn't done with him. Not really. I sent one last package to his new apartment. No return address. Just a plain manila envelope. Inside, a printed photo of him and Bethany from one of her deleted posts. I circled her hand where she was clearly still wearing a necklace her ex had bought her, something she once posted about. Then I added a sticky note. You never really knew her. But don't worry. She never really knew you either. I heard from a mutual friend a few weeks later. Jason had moved out completely. Took a new job in Erie. Said he needed a clean break from this town. Bethany stayed behind. Still selling houses. But her reputation? Not great. Word got around about her drama. Clients started dropping. And Kyle, her ex, started dating someone new. Someone stable.
And me?
I wish I could say I moved on perfectly. That I healed. But the truth is, revenge filled the hole. Not forever. Just enough. Do I regret it? Sometimes. But then I remember the look on Jason's face that day at the door.
Cold.
Like I never mattered. Now he knows what it feels like to matter too late. Letting go isn't healing. Not always. Sometimes, it's just the start of something much, much colder. And I'm okay with that.